What would you say for those who have deep experience, point of view, or someone that has, done a role for 15, 20 years, things are shifting beneath their feet. What advice would you give to them?
I think there it's just it's the opposite. It's get really, really good at using AI to fill in the blank. Understand the part of your job that needs that context and that expertise that you've developed over those 15 or 20 years and really make sure you stay current on it and really understand it and be able to take on a job where because you have that, the rest of it you can do with AI and some outside people. In both cases, also really understand the difference between how we as humans create and how AI sort of extends that creativity. AI doesn't really create, it extends and it fills in the spots in between. But at this point, it's not thinking, it's statistically constructing things in a probabilistically likely pattern. That can be incredibly useful if you know how to use it, but it also know its limitations and figure out what you as a human can do that this technology can.
I heard someone who was very experienced went through a downsizing and they were really getting almost depressed of, the world's falling apart and there's no option. And they decided, well, I'm going to take all my thought leadership, all the experience, all the documents, publications, just the wealth of things I've done as much as I could into a folder and have AI almost act as a sparring partner to find a product market fit for his skill set or their skill set into the market. And I found such a creative way of building a reverse engineer of, hey, based on what I've done, based on my skill set, my personality, all the things,
Yeah,
how can I bundle this? How can I package
yeah,
this in such a way
yeah,
as to go and solve a problem? And
yeah.
I feel that it is such a
They'll
traditional
look great
place
at that.
needed. And
Yeah,
I think getting away from the traditional consulting of, how much are you per hour? Don't worry about the hour. Let me come in and let's discuss what you need solved and what the value is in solving it and doing it in the fastest amount of time.
yeah,
Because if I'm going to try to come in here and solve a problem, and if you're paying me per hour, I have no motivation to fix it. And so I think that there is a significant shift happening in just the consulting sector as a whole. With AI, customers are now expecting those savings to be passed on. Do you have any insights into what you've seen from the consulting slash professional services firms on what they're doing to pivot to this new world?
yeah. We're talking to a lot of them because it's unsurprising that their clients are demanding agentic AI solutions and to deploy them, they need stuff like what we built. So we're talking to all of these various firms. I'm seeing some firms are attempting to create their own technology products that they can sell to their clients to be the AI that their clients need. I don't think that's a winning thing. I don't necessarily want my to be bundled in with my PS firm. I'm seeing others that are just trying to gain a lot of knowledge internally to use these things in these tools internally so they can bring them to their clients. But the other thing you're seeing, and it's all the AI companies are doing it, are these what now call forward deployed engineers, which is a fancy term for your PS team. And but what I love about those is that companies that are needing AI right now don't necessarily have the talent and the experience in-house to really effectively apply AI for these business problems. It's unsurprising. It's relatively new. If you wanted to say, I want someone who has 5 years experience implementing AI, it doesn't exist, right? And so the best you could do is have someone who's done a bunch of them over the past year. And the way you get that person is you probably pay for it through the various AI provider companies that you're working with because they're seeing how these problems are getting solved elsewhere. And they'll help you find the low hanging fruit to really gain value quickly. That's in theory what those folks are supposed to be good at. Finding people who have a track record, it won't be a long track, but have a track record of successfully solving problems in this way is what you're seeing the established consulting firms finding those people, hiring them and bringing them to bear. And then you're seeing new specialized firms spring up that are good at this.